Today, we're going to be briefly looking at the rise and fall of Theranos and its founder, Elizabeth Holmes. Once hailed as the youngest female self made billionaire, how her company went from the vision of revolutionizing and disrupting the field of medicine to becoming one of the biggest corporate cons in American history. The idea behind Theranos was extremely simple. Holmes wanted to recreate a blood laboratory in a box where patients could opt to simply prick their finger and with one drop of blood into Theranos's Edison box, quickly get their results for thousands of tests. This would disrupt the conventional method of patients having to wait days or weeks for their result. The end goal was to have an Edison box in every home in America, and this would also be critical in emergency or urgent situations where resources are limited, such as in battlefields or disaster-prone zones. The promise of this miracle technology led to investors pouring in millions of dollars. Holmes was featured in magazines like Forbes and Fortune 500. Investors from individual billionaires to U.S. brands like Walgreens and medical institutions like the Cleveland Clinic put money into Theranos and partnered with the company, all based on faith. That faith was largely in Holmes herself. Some of the early Walgreens medical tests using Theranos devices were also used on patients, including cancer and other terminally ill patients. However, behind the scenes, the reality was starkly different, and the roots of the company's failure dates back to Holmes's undergraduate days at Stanford, when she first came up with the idea and shared it with several of her professors in medicine, who told her that her idea was not physically possible, a conclusion shared by countless other medical professionals. Despite this, Holmes continued to retain the illusion that the technology worked and the Edison machines were feasible. But by 2015, the naysayers and critics actually included whistleblowers from within the company willing to testify that the Edison machines did not work, had never worked, and the company was therefore defrauding investors of billions of dollars and putting patients' lives at risk. The following year, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services in the U.S. investigated Theranos and installed a 2-year ban on Holmes running, owning, or operating blood testing services. By 2017, the lawsuits began. By 2018, Theranos had officially closed, and Holmes was charged with 11 counts of fraud. Her trial began in August of 2021, but got delayed due to COVID. But in 2022, she was found guilty and sentenced to 11 years in prison.